Hi, and welcome to another segment of Life Changing Solutions Live. I have a really good friend of mine, Josiah Alipate, and the topic for today is health as a mindset. Something that I really do want to talk about and remind the audience. I'm a transformational trainer, and so is Josiah, and our backgrounds are very similar, but yet our path just forked. We decided to take a different path in this journey. And that's what I'm always talking about. Transformation, personal development is not always one area. There's several domains, and health being a big one. And that's where Josiah, that's his journey right now. That's his path. So welcome, Josiah. How are you doing?
Thanks. Good. Thanks for having me on.
So let's talk about that. Why health? What happened there? What took you to that?
Sure. To go along the lines of health as a mindset, there was a point in my life about 5 years ago that I was 350 pounds. Being Polynesian and within the Polynesian culture, everything revolves around food, like birthday parties, weddings. Even funerals. Just any excuse to eat food. That's what my family life was like. And so it got to a point where I was 350 pounds and I needed to do something. And so I ended up losing about 100 pounds through just typical diet and exercise. And my body felt great, but the issue was my mindset wasn't in the right place. I was still insecure about my body. I still had a lot of different limiting conversations that went through my head. And then wouldn't you know it, the next thing led to another, and I'm right back to where I was at 300 pounds, pushing 300 pounds again. So really what I really discovered is that health is truly a mindset. It really does start in the mind. Actual diets don't actually work. Unless there's a real big shift in one's mindset and how they move within their body and what they feed their body, what they fuel it with. It's a real big mindset piece. And it's not just about physical health too. It's financial health. It is mental health. It is just all-encompassing health. But it really does start in the mind.
And so what I'm hearing is, when you say to yourself, you know what, enough is enough, and I want to be healthy, or this is not working for me, and you truly are set on that, do things just happen, or do you have to still take action? How does that work?
Well, you definitely have to take action.
What?
All mindset. I can have all the faith in the world that I will be successful in what I do, but there must be action steps. And I think another big piece is a lot of people, when they want to get healthy in something, they take these big, huge jumps to overcome and break through, these habits that they built over years and years over time. They try to take these huge steps, and then what they realize that in taking those huge steps, there's no sustainability in that. So really what I've found to work is shifting those small little micro habits along the way. And those small little micro habits over a period of time, an extended period of time, produces really great results, but also sustainable, long-lasting, lifelong results.
And I love that you say that, because that is some of the things that I do when I work with my clients, is remind them. They're like, oh, I want to make $1 million. Great. It's let's get you there. But today, can you make $1? Tomorrow, can you make $2? And build off of that until you get to the $1 million, versus, because I feel that also creates a sense of beat up and guilt and worthlessness. Because if I say I'm going to lose 100 pounds and next week I weigh myself and I only lost 1, it's oh, I'm doing everything right. Why is it that I haven't lost that weight? And so is that kind of what you're talking about, is just those micro steps and habits?
Definitely those micro habits, those small little wins, and it feels good. It feels good to start to shift those small little micro habits. So for me, in the in the health coaching field, we work with people on small little pieces of like even healthy sleep habits, shifting their nutrition, shifting different things into like healthy movement and healthy exercise, slowly but surely. It's not like rush in and go for the gusto right off the bat and then set yourself up for failure. I mean, I've been a lot of my life, I've kind of been the kind of guy who's always like jump in head first, ask questions later, not fully really think things through. And but now I've really found that in shifting those small little micro habits, that's really what really creates some fantastic results.
And I love that. And I love that you're also sharing your journey, and not only in your weight loss, but also in your learning and your own personal development and your own growth. Saying, hey, you know what? I was that guy. I was the guy that would just be like, hey, we can do this. And then be like, what? Why isn't anybody following me? Or why isn't it working? So like having a pullback. And I think that's a great starting point as well. And a good message to put out there is that, sometimes you got to scale back, look at where you're at to see where you're going.
Yeah. Taking a look at your current reality is so important. I work with a lot of clients who tell me that they want to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, great. How much do you weigh right now? And they're like, oh no, I didn't know that I was supposed to step on the scale. You didn't tell me all that. And then, but I asked them specifically because if you don't know where you are right now, how in the world are you ever going to know where we're going? Or how in the world are you ever going to even track and be accountable to your progress? Mm-hmm. So, really taking a look at that current reality, that mirror in the face, and saying, okay, great. This is where I'm at right now. Might not be where I want to be. At least I have a gauge of my starting point. That way I can see where the progress is.
I love that. And also be willing to look. Because again, like I've played that game. Like, oh no, let's not weigh myself. I'm going to track it based on my fat. It's like, can we just measure myself? It's like, oh, it's muscle. And those little, tricks that we play, and just be really, willing to look. And that's also part of our mindset, is being open to the current reality and creating those micro steps or micro habits. And that's how you create the results that you want. Is that what you're about? Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. And, and a big piece of all of it too is not doing it alone. In knowing that I've really found that in doing things by myself, I also give myself the room to give myself excuses because nobody else is involved. Which is why I love being a health coach, is because I'm hip to hip with my clients all the way through their journey. And they try their best to hide from me, but I'm right there along every single step of the way. And it makes things a lot funner when you're doing it with the support of whether it be a coach or if in your life, you might have dreams, you might have aspirations to accomplish something. Tell people, and even ask people to support you in holding you accountable and just checking in with you. Not hiding it and doing it with a group of people is so much funner and so much more rewarding too.
Yeah, I think that accountability piece too, and just knowing that you're not alone, and there's so many layers of having a team, whether it's your home team or work team or workout or health team. Well, time is about to run out, so we have just enough for you to be able to tell us, how do we get a hold of you? How do we find you? Health coach.
Sure. So you can find me on Facebook under Josiah T. Alipate, or you can also find me on Instagram at Transformation84. Transformation84. Those are some good ways to get a hold of me. Or my phone number is 702-287-8056. Don't pass it out to any weirdos or anything like that. But I don't know if you would do. I don't know. Crazy. But
this is live.
It's okay.
All right. Okay. Well, time has run out. I love you. Thanks so much for coming on. And for everybody else, stay tuned. We have one more segment, and it's going to be fun. Bye.
Bye.